my name is Mariana. I'm one of the facilitators of this group. This is Melia.
Hello, I'm Melia. I'm also the facilitator of this group.
Yes, we just graduated from Bow Valley College from Disability Studies. So we created this group, which is a supportive group for people who are immigrating to Canada and who also have children with disabilities. So we think it's very useful for us to come all together so we can share stories, we can learn and support each other, but also we wanted to support you guys and assess you guys with some information that we know about policies and services in Calgary, and so we can assess you to find the best service for your child. So guys, now we're gonna introduce ourselves, and you can share some information about yourself, like where are you from, what's your visa status, where's your status here in Calgary, and also something a little bit about your children.
Hi guys, my name is Enrique. I'm from Cuba, and my status right now in Canada is I have a work permit, and I have a son who has autism, and he has a behavioral issue.
Hey, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Hi.
Hi everyone, I'm from Vietnam and my status right now is permanent visa. And well, about my child, he's a boy and he has Down syndrome and he's newborn.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Carlos. I'm from India. My status here is a student. I have a girl, she's 4 years old and she has autism and she's also non-verbal.
Thank you for sharing.
Hi. Hello. My name is Jessica. I'm from Peru. I have a 10-year-old girl and she has cerebral palsy. Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me. I am from France. My name is Ayana, and I have a boy. He's 12 years old, and he has behavior disorder. And we are permanent residents already.
Hey, excellent. Take 100. Okay guys, so now we're gonna define a little bit, we're gonna talk a little bit about the status that we have here in Canada, because as we can see we all have different status. So we're gonna start with study or work permit, which is similar to visitor. So being a visitor or having a study and work permit will limit you from some services that you can find in Canada. But if you are a citizen or PR, which means permanent resident, you can access every service that Canada offers. So, for example, PDD, you can get PDD being a citizen or a PR only. But let's say PATH service, which is from Alberta Education, you can get it. You can access that service being a student, a worker, or a visitor.
So like PUF or like specialized education especially. So, because there are two departments to get funding, which is Education Department and Alberta Health Services. So like both are funding to specialized school. So yeah, there's two visa that can access to
That kind of
education
service.
services.
Okay. Okay, now we're gonna share a little bit about how did you find out about this group, and also what are your expectations about this group. Okay, so Enrique, would you like to share something with us?
Sure. Well, I heard about this group and I went to an immigration agency, and I heard about this group in there. And what I expect about this group is have a community, a supportive community where I can share my problems and my issue with my son.
Excellent. Perfect. Thank you.
Well, about me, I knew this group through friends, and I really would like to meet another parents and get some support from them.
Thank you. Carlos.
I found this group through FSCD, and I would like to know about the specialized education and also to meet other parents with the same situation.
Perfect. Thank you. So Jessica, would you like to share with us how did you find out about this group?
Yeah, I know about this group through my daughter's agency, and my expectations are that I really want to find a community where I can share my problems and the situations I have with my daughter.
Perfect. You're in the right place.
Yeah.
Hi, Dejana.
Hi, well, I get to know this place through my son's school, and I would like to have a community to share my problems about my situation and also my status here in Calgary. So that's it.
Thank you.
Okay, and we're gonna have some time to learn about disabilities that your guys' children have. So I prepared this word card. So I'm gonna give you autism,
Thank you.
Down syndrome, and cerebral palsy, and behavior disorder. So show this card to each other, and I prepared 3 different kinds of dictionary on your guys' language, so you can have some time to search up all these words and have some idea about it. Okay, now you guys have some idea about like each disabilities.
Yeah.
Are you guys comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And I prepared 4 more videos about each disability, so you guys can have more detailed idea about that. So yeah.
Action.
Okay. Yeah, and this video is about like autism. So I hope you guys can get detailed information about it.
Do you know somebody with autism? Autism is much, much more common than most people think. About 1 in 100 people have autism. That's more than 700,000 in the UK alone. So chances are that someone you know, or work with, or love has the condition. What is autism? Autism is a lifelong developmental disability that affects how we communicate with and relate to others. And it affects how we make sense of the world around us. Lots of things that people take for granted, like body language. Lots of things that people take for granted, like body language and metaphors, can be confusing and alienating for us. Autism is a spectrum condition, so that whilst we all share certain difficulties, our autism will affect us in different ways. Some of us have been to university and hold down jobs, whilst others need a lifetime of specialist support. Asperger's syndrome is a form of autism. People with Asperger's syndrome are often of average or above average intelligence. They have fewer problems with speech, but may still have difficulties with understanding and processing language. What is autism like? For us, the world can be a confusing mass of people, events and places. Sometimes we struggle to make sense of the world, and this can make us anxious. Every person with autism is different. That's what makes it so difficult to understand. But some of the characteristics that we have include a love of routines, sensory issues such as noises or smells or light, and having special interests. Some of us experience difficulties in understanding and relating to other people, and having a social life can be that much harder for us. For some of us, for example, going to a party can be really hard because we don't know what's going to happen or who will be there, and it often gets too noisy, which can be upsetting. Other people with autism have trouble reading facial expressions, understanding jokes or sarcasm, or common phrases like break a leg. Even phrases people use every day like it's cool can be disorientating. You think they're asking you to turn the air conditioning off. Many people with autism don't look disabled. Parents of children with autism often say that people simply think their child is naughty, while we adults find that we are misunderstood. That is why it is called a hidden disability.
Okay, now this video is gonna be about Down syndrome.
Okay.
Finally, the wife gets pregnant. The family is filled with joy, but when the baby is born, the baby looks different. His eyes are sent upwards, has a flat nasal bridge, reduced muscle tone, flat, broad face, short, broad hands, and increased skin creases.
Okay, so third video, it's about cerebral palsy.
What is cerebral palsy? For most parents, when they receive a diagnosis of cerebral palsy for their child, they experience confusion and strong emotions. There are often more questions than there are answers. Every parent searches for the best way of supporting their child. We know that each child with cerebral palsy is unique, and every child can be supported to fulfill their individual potential, goals and aspirations. There are many interventions or supports that can help reduce the impact of cerebral palsy on the body and improve the individual's quality of life. Here, Prue Golland talks about cerebral palsy, what it is, how it is caused, and how it is generally described. Prue is our senior physiotherapist and has more than 10 years' experience working with people living with cerebral palsy and their families.
Cerebral palsy is an umbrella term for a group of disorders that affects a person's ability to move. This means that not everyone with cerebral palsy looks the same. There is a meaningful future for every child, adolescent and adult living with cerebral palsy. For every person, there is a positive way forward through treatment and support provided in partnership with individuals and their families.
Okay, so the last video is about behavior disorder. So I brought the video about specific, about child behavior disorders, because it's a child.
So there's a broad range of childhood behavior disorders.
And the factors that cause these things come from many different sources. Some of the symptoms of childhood behavior disorders range from very subtle to very significant and very obvious to parents, teachers, and siblings. Some of the causes of childhood behavior disorders include things like medical or congenital difficulties, learning disabilities, developmental delays. Oftentimes, and more often than not, I see children that are simply just reacting to something that's difficult or stressing in their environment. When we think about some of the causes of all of these things, the etiology is not clear, but one thing that's certain is that if you suspect that your child is having some type of unusual or atypical pattern of behavior, you want to look for things like difficulties with changes in their day-to-day behavior patterns, such as difficulty sleeping or sleeping too much, increased negative reactions to small situations, moodiness, irritability, grouchiness. Your child may be being withdrawn, isolating, changes in grades, even situations where your child changes their friends that they have or some of the social events that they attend. So when you start to notice these symptoms, it's imperative that you contact a clinical professional. All of these behaviors together could mean that there is a clinical disorder.
So, for the closing, I prepared all these sticky notes and the paper to draw or write our expectations and goals throughout this 12 weeks of sessions. So if you're comfortable with writing in English, then you can write on the sticky notes. And if you're not really comfortable, then you can draw, that's your choice. So I'm not gonna force you to share right now, but we gotta put everything on the board over there and everyone can see everyone's goals and expectations.
Do you have a pen?
Sure, we have a lot of markers right here. Use all this.
And her sticky notes. And you can write your name on your paper too.
You know, the other day my boy was at the school. I think that it's a pretty good school, and I saw this boy.
Do you guys need any like dictionary?
telling him that what are you doing? This is my toy, and I really got angry at that moment because my parents, I'm a parent, and you know what I feel at that moment, and well, then I realized that. Everybody, not everybody have to know that our songs are special, they just react where they are. You're from India, right?
Yeah, I'm from India.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want my children to, my kid to communicate better, because it's been too hard for her to communicate.
What was your son?
Disability?
Disability?
Autism?
Yeah,
Autism.
she has autism.
Autism.
Yeah, and she's non-verbal, so I would like her to
So yeah, might be difficult for you.
speak a little bit. Yeah.
Is she learning sign language?
Yeah, she
Yes.
is. Yeah.
That's nice. Baby?
Anywhere on the wall?
You can put it under your disability, under the disability of your kid,
Autism.
so we can have a better understanding.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
For the next session, so next week, we're gonna have some time to share about obstacles in your lives. So like, what is the biggest obstacles as an immigrant parent? So, so one of our activities gonna be, we're gonna use chocolate. So you can bring like your favorite chocolates next week. So yeah, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
Hopefully
Thank you.
you had fun today, and hopefully we'll see each other for 12 weeks from now.
Good.
Thank you very much.
I love you, guys.